What is up, awesome people, and welcome to another Wi-Fi battle for tonight. So this one was again from our live stream that took place over on Pimp Knight's channel, so if you want to check out that, make sure to go over to his channel and just have a scan through it. It only went for 2.5 hours, so if you just want to see little part snippets of it, just make sure to go check that out. Alright, so this one was up against Geeger, I think that's how you pronounce it. I honestly thought it was Geeger when I first saw it on the randomizer, but he has a Crustle, Magmortar, Vanillux, he has Quilladin, Licky, and Drapion, so it's an almost NU team, excluding Drapion, who is an RU, and is quite a particularly strong Pokemon at that as well, so it's kind of it does push it to RU because of that one reason. So I'm using the same team I used as in the last Wi-Fi battle. I've got Zebstrika, Sceptile, Seadra, Go-Go, Feraligatr, and Typhlosion. So the first thing I obviously predicted was a Crustle lead, obviously, Stealth Rock lead, and Everlight, Quilladin, Licky, usually a Whispasser if it's a 2-to-1, otherwise it can be a Curse set, can be a Body Slammer, or it just can be like a utility set. Drapion, either Toxic Spikes or it could be Toxic Spikes lead, otherwise it could be a Sweeper. It's quite a strong Sweeper as well. Vanillux is usually a special Sweeper. I could even have Automize, and Magmortar is usually the special set. It can be a physical set with Belly Drum, not very often seen. Otherwise, it can be Spexed or Scarf. So, without further ado, let's jump into the battle and let's see how this battle played out. It was a particularly interesting battle as well. Alright, so he's actually going to lead with his Drapion, so I'm thinking straight away it's a Toxic Spikes lead. Otherwise, why would you lead with Drapion unless it's an anti-lead? So I'm going to lead with my Zebstrika here. I was originally going for the Volt Switch, but he did send this thing, so I went straight for the Discharge instead. I do get the Parahax there, which is awesome. That awesome 30% chance there. And he gets the Parahax, so I'm like, yes, I shut this thing down early game, which is awesome. So that second Discharge is going to take out this Drapion and gives me the early lead. So that was awesome. So that was one big major threat already out the way. So oh, what a sigh of relief there. Anyways, he sends in Licky, who is an awesome special defense wall. Lots of health, lots of special defense. So my Volt Switch is going to do a nice hunk of damage there, I suppose, to something like Licky, for example. I do get this free switch there, and I'm just going to go straight into my Go-Go here, because I know Go-Go can easily set up on this thing unless it's carrying Toxic, which I don't usually know what to. But it goes for the Curse, so I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. It's a Curse set. Body Slam is going to hurt from this thing. So its attack and defense, it does rise, but it does lower its speed. And this thing is really nasty too with Curse. So max special defense, max health, Curse. He does swap out there and goes into Bowser Jr. Trying to predict like a Leech Seed or something from me, but that's not the case. Go-Go is more of a bulky sweeper more than anything else. So that's not really much of a problem for me. But I can't really do anything else to this because it does wall me though, still. So I try to swap it out, scare it out with Typhlosion. He actually double switches here, predicting my Typhlosion switch, and goes into his Magmortar. So I'm like, oh god damn it. So I'm going to have to swap out here because I know Focus Blast is not going to kill it because Magmortar is naturally bulky as well. I go into Feraligatr because I know Feraligatr can kind of just have the advantage on any of his pokes. He goes for a Psychic here, so I was quite lucky he didn't predict that and go for a Thunderbolt, because that would have probably killed Feraligatr. Feraligatr is more defensively than he is special. He goes into Quilladin again to take the Waterfall, so that was a great prediction on his part. So far, awesome predictions on his part, and miserable predictions on my part. But I am carrying Ice Punch on Feraligatr, so that's not all too bad. Quilladin is going to take that absolute beast there. Set up the Leech Seeds, so not in a very good position for my Feraligatr. However, that is secretly working towards my favour. He does get a little bit of residual damage there from Leech Seed. Heals his Quilladin as well in the process. So he's going for a Protect here. So it's the usual sub-Protect set. Power Up Punch, and I don't know what the last move will be. Anyways, I get the Dragon Dance up there, raising my attack and speed by +1. More Leech Seed damage there from my side, and more yummy health for Quilladin there. So, I don't really care too much at this point. I'm kind of just leaving my Feraligatr for fodder here. Ice Punch is now doing a nice hunk of damage there. He goes to Synthesis there, so it's going to heal a lot of his health back, giving him, well, almost full max health there. So more residual damage there, pushes me down to about quarter health left. I do activate my Lychee Berries, that's why I left my Feraligatr in, just to activate that, raise my attack by one more stage. He goes for Protect here, I do protect that however. So I go for another D-Dance here, just raising my attack even further, so my attack on Feraligatr is pretty monstrous, as well as its speed. So of course I'm going to get more Leech Seed here, which is really dangerous now. That's going to push me down to the red. One more Leech Seed and this Feraligatr does go down. No, Quilladin does carry no priority, so I'm going to go straight for the Ice Punch here. It does really nice damage there. Unfortunately not enough to even bring it down to the red. Goes with Synthesis there, which is going to heal it back to the green and give it some nice hunk back. And Leech Seed is unfortunately going to take it by Feraligatr. So it did do a really good job there, just stalling out the Synthesis there. Other than that, I'm kind of back to square one. So I'm going to go back into Zebstrika here. And he's going to withdraw his Quilladin here. And send in his Magmortar. So I think I predicted this and just went for the discharge. Right, so that's going to do, it's a 3-hit KO about that, I think. I do get the Parahax there, so if this Magmortar is Scarfed, it's going to get rid of that. Go straight for another discharge here, just do a lot more damage to that thing, and just miss out on the kill there, so it is a nice 3-hit KO. He goes for the Thunderbolt thinking I had Sap Sipper on this thing, however I am carrying Lightning Rod to raise my special attack, so Zebby's like yum nom 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 and takes out that Magmortar, so awesome. So a little bit of a, I don't really know what you call that. I think just unlucky there, thinking I had Sap Sipper like most Zebstreakers. But since I am a specially orientated Zebstreaker, I am carrying Lightning Rod, not Sap Sipper. Right, so this thing comes in, so I'm like, oh, bugger you, I'm just going to Volt Switch you and get the heck out of here. Because I know something else would do a lot better job against this thing than Zebstreaker. So I'm going to go into my Sceptile here. And this thing goes for a knockoff. I'm like, well, that's not too much of a loss for me because Sceptile is only holding a Citrus Berry, but unfortunately I do lose the chance to activate my Unburden ability, so I'm going to have to make deal with my normal speed stat. So I go straight for the Leaf Braid here. I'm going to try for a crit. Unfortunately, I don't go for the crit, but it does do a decent amount of damage still. It sets up a curse, so it's raising its attack, defense by +1 and lowering its speed by -1. And leftover recoveries as well on Licky, which is to be expected. So it's going to be quite an annoying set. So I go for Leaf Blade again. I know this is not going to kill unless I get a crit. And again, I don't get the crit. Do knock it down to the red, and this thing goes for rest. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. It's probably a Chesto set. Then again, it had leftovers, so I cancel what I just said. So it's most likely carrying Sleep Talk. So Sleep Talk, rest, curse, and most likely Body Slam. Oh no, they had knockoff, sorry. So there's a bit of an interesting set coming from Licky. I do applaud it for being original, but for the curse set and this set, I'd probably run Body Slam over knockoff and probably just give Licky something like Toxic for a last move instead of curse. So you can run that. So anyways, he actually misclicked on the first turn and didn't go for the Sleep Talk where I set up the Sword Dance. He goes for Sleep Talk this turn, does get the curse. I think I go for another Sword Dance this turn, so I had like +4 attack. Go straight for Leaf Blade here, and since Licky is a special defense wall, it's not going to take that very well, but at the same time I do get a crit, which I don't think it mattered. It may have mattered, not too sure. But anyways, he's going to go into his Vanillux here. I'm going to go straight for the Leaf Blade here. So this thing is not Scarf, so that thing has a Focus Sash, so it's like, oh, that's interesting. But he goes for the Automize, so he probably would have been better just going for the Ice Beam there and taking out my Sceptile. That would have made this battle a whole hell of a lot different, especially the fact that it had a +4. It probably would have been better just going straight for the Ice Beam. Alright, unless he predicted me to switch, but at a +4 I don't particularly want to switch. But anyway, he's going to go into his Crustle here, appropriately named Krusty Krab. Go straight for the Leaf Blade here, knock that down to Sturdy, so it's probably going straight for the X-Scissor here and just knock out my Sceptile. But regardless, Sceptile did an awesome job there. Taking out a lot of those bulky Pokemon. So good job, Sceptile. You did me proud. Alright, so I'm just going to send in my Zebstrika here. And he's going to withdraw his Crustle there. And he's going to bring out his Quilladin, which is still in this game. And I think I did predict that. I actually went straight for the Volt Switch here, but he's in a really, well actually he's between a stone and a hard wall here. He's got 2 Pokemon left, so I'm going to Volt Switch out and go straight back into my Typhlosion because I know that Quilladin cannot do anything to it, and his Crustl's only got 1 health, so I can just spam Eruption here and just deal some really nasty damage. So Quilladin's definitely going to go down to that because he's more of a defensive wall than anything. And his last Pokemon left is, of course, his Krusty Krab, who is down on 1 HP, so this poor thing is going to get burnt by Eruption and go down. So that was a good game. As I said, very interesting Licky set, and a bit of bad luck there at the start with that Drapion being para-haxed and then taken out by Zebstrika. And yeah, very interesting match there, and of course, as I said, good game, mate. And yeah, that's it for this battle. So thank you again for everyone who's taken the time out of their day to check out this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out my previous Wi-Fi battles. There was one posted yesterday, which was from live stream as well. And there should be another battle going up tomorrow as well from the live stream as well. I think it's a multi-battle. I think I got one decent multi-battle out of live stream. But anyways, that's it for this video. So as always, this is LadyKrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!